Well. Alrighty then. Welcome, everybody. It's your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen. We have another good seminar for you today, I think. I think you're going to enjoy this. But we got a couple of pieces of business to take care of real quick, and then we'll jump right into the seminar. All right. So remember the contest. We're giving away a bag of swag. Both your saltwater guide swag, hats and t-shirts and coffee cups, and inside sport fishing swag. Michael and I have teamed up together. I just did a great, interview with Michael over at Inside Sport Fishing, and we posted it on my website, on my YouTube channel, Your Saltwater Guide. And also over at BD Outdoors, you can see the whole entire thing over there at BD Outdoors. I just posted it at BD Outdoors yesterday. And gang, you're going to get to find out really what I'm all about. There's a lot of people out there that don't quite understand what Captain Dave's all about. And if you go and you watch that interview, you'll understand more about what I'm all about and why I do what I do every single day. Even though I don't have to do this, I do it for you. I do it for the passion of fishing, and I do it because I want you all to enjoy what I enjoy. But if you go over to my YouTube channel, Your Saltwater Guide, and look at the interview with Michael Folks from Inside Sport Fishing, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Michael and I are going to go through all the comments, and we're going to pick one lucky winner on the 30th of April. We'll give away that package of swag from both Inside Sport Fishing and Your Saltwater Guide. If you don't know what Inside Sport Fishing is, go over to our YouTube and type in Inside Sport Fishing. You'll see the phenomenal amount of videos Michael has there. There's so many phenomenal videos from the industry, from people in the industry, from all the years Michael had that TV show on Fox Sports West. Hundreds and hundreds of episodes, hundreds and hundreds of videos. My buddy Elliot helping Michael put together all this. And Michael's getting ready to premiere a new movie, which is going to be the history of sport fishing. It's unbelievable. I got to see a little bit of the movie, and it's absolutely incredible. It made me cry. It really touched my heart deep, and it's going to affect a lot of you that are into fishing, and you're going to get to know where all this fishing stuff started from. So go check out the interview at my YouTube channel or at BD Outdoors. You can see it over there on the chit chat section. I posted it over there. You can see it on our website. You can see that interview pretty much in a lot of places, but YouTube makes it very easy. Go to Your Saltwater Guide and check out the interview. And then remember, we're also giving away a Promar swag bag of cool stuff from Promar. That's going to be really, really good for you. If you haven't yet left a report at fishreports.com, or excuse me, on my Fish Reports line at yoursaltwaterguide.com. Go over there to yoursaltwaterguide.com and leave that fish report over there. Only members of the website get to leave the fish report. So go over there, leave a fish report, and then we're going to pick the best report, the best person, and Kelly will pick that person on April 30th. We'll give away that bag of Promar swag also. So check that out, see what it looks like, see what you find out, and we'll get going here in just a second. So today we're going to talk to you about what it talks about on my YouTube, or excuse me, what it talks about in that interview that I did with Michael. We're going to talk about, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this TikTok thing back up at the same time I'm talking to you. Technical difficulties. So we're going to talk about what drives me and why am I so into this fishing thing, and what is it about fishing that does it for me. And I think that a lot of you need to think about this and look at this and look at yourselves and see is this what we're doing? Is this why we're so passionate about fishing? Because I think the most important part of this whole fishing thing is the bite. There's nothing more important than the bite, or you call it the hookup, whatever you want to call it. And I talk so much about fly lining baits and how important it is to know how to fly line a bait, and how I love fly lining baits. And my wife Kelly loves to fly line baits, and my kids love to fly line baits. And probably 90% of the people that I've taught how to fish over the last 40 years, they love the art of fly lining a bait, because there's nothing that's going to put you in more contact with the whole fishing thing than casting a live bait out, letting that live bait start to pull the line off your reel, and you feel them fluttering, and then all of a sudden you'll feel that fish grab it. It could be a bluefin, it could be a white sea bass, it could be a calico bass. You're definitely going to be able to tell the difference when the live bait's swimming by himself and when it becomes a slow, steady pull. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm bit. There is nothing better when you're fishing than the bite. That is it. Like I always say in all my seminars, when I'm up in front of people at the convention centers or at your club or wherever I'm speaking, there is nothing like hooking the fish and landing the fish. The middle part, anybody, you can have that. I want to hook the fish and I want to land the fish. And if that's with a net or a gaff at the end, that's fine. But when I ran sport boats and when I doing the yacht thing and doing the guide service thing, there was nothing more important than getting that bait out in the water and getting that hook up. When I could get the bait in the water and get the bite, hook that fish, and then hand one of my clients the fishing pole so that they can wind in the fish, there is nothing for me better than that on the planet Earth. That is what drives me. That's my number one thing. When I go fishing, I want to get a bite. That's all I want. I want a bite. If I can get a bite, then I know I can catch a fish. But if I go somewhere fishing and I cannot get a bite, then there's a pretty good chance I'm not going to catch anything. I'm just being honest, gang. You've got to get a bite. And for me, there's nothing more powerful than that bite. That is the thing that drives me every single day. That's what I think about when Kelly and I go to the beach or when I go up to the Sierras, which is like my zen to go fly fishing up there. All I think about all day, every day when I'm looking at water is I think about, wonder what's living in that water, and I wonder how I can get them to bite my line. And if you're passionate about fishing, but you only like to fish for tuna, and you only want to fish for 200 pounds, I'm sorry, I'm going to pull your covers down here. You probably do not like fishing that much. You probably don't have the passion. You probably would rather be golfing. Me, there's nothing I would rather do after I'm with my wife than fish. Hanging out with Kelly is the number one thing on the deal with me. But then I want to fish. And when I can go fishing with Kelly, then I don't know. There's nothing better on the planet Earth. But I'll tell you what, you got to look hard at yourself and find out, hey, do I do I have the passion? Do I absolutely love to fish? Or do I only like to go fish for giant bluefin tuna? And if I'm going to go over to San Clemente Island and if there's no yellowtail to catch over there, I don't want to go. Well, you probably hate fishing. You're probably not that into it. You're probably not, you don't have the passion. You don't have the drive. You don't have that inner feeling that everything about you inside here is all about the bite. And I'll tell you what, the reason why I've done what I've done for the last 40 years, teaching people how to catch fish in Southern California or in Mexico or wherever I'm at, is because I want everybody to experience what it feels like to get that bite. And if you can take that and you can run with it and you can feel that passion every single day, I think we've won. I think if I can change one or two people's lives with that, I think I won. And that's why I try to make sure that you are on a playing field where you can actually experience the bite. That's why I give you, over at Your Saltwater Guide, I give you, for a nominal fee, I give you all the spots. For another nominal fee, I tell you exactly where to be tomorrow morning when you go fishing at Catalina, or you go fishing for tuna, or you go fishing at the Channel Islands, or you go fishing on the coast. I tell you exactly where to go. Why do I do all that? Well, because I want you all to experience what I experienced since I was a little boy growing up with my father running sport boats off the San Clemente Pier and then going to Dana Point. But off the San Clemente Pier when I was a kid, I'll tell you what, there was nothing more exciting than climbing down that ladder to get on the boat with my dad or one of his captains back in the day and going out to the boat on the skiff and getting all that together and doing all those things. Those were all fun, but I'll tell you what, nothing is more fun than that bite. When I get that bite, it's just like Zen time. It's everything shuts down. When I cast that bait into the water, when I'm fly line, now when I got a big weight on and I'm dropping it down to the bottom to catch a rockfish, that's cool too. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I love rockfish fishing, but I love fishing. I love fly fishing. I love fishing for whatever is biting. I just love the whole concept of actually tricking a fish into biting my bait. And it all goes back to the bite. The bite is probably, no, not probably, the bite is the most important thing. And that's why I try to explain to you all over at my website, Your Saltwater Guide, and on the show as much as I can about the act of fly lining. Like I said in the very beginning of the show, and we've added quite a few new people here since we started talking. When that bait is pulling line off your reel and it's you, the line going to your bait, you are connected spiritually in that time that you can't. The passion is insane. I can't even convey it. I hope I'm conveying it enough to understand how important the bite is and how you need to look and make sure that you don't just like to go catch giant bluefin. Because, gang, one day you're going to wake up and those giant bluefin aren't going to be here anymore. And you're still going to need to make your boat payment. You're still going to need to pay your insurance. You're still going to need to pay for the dock or your storage or wherever you have it. To think that you only like to fish for tuna or yellowtail and you don't like to fish for anything else, those two fish are probably the easiest fish in the ocean to catch. There's not a lot of skill involved in catching a tuna or a yellowtail. Usually you're just throwing your bait out under a kelp and they eat it. When you get technical and you go anchor up at the islands or you go anchor up on the coast and you are casting that bait into that same spot that has been fished for 100 years, but you are the one that actually tricked the fish into biting your bait, that is it. That is the greatest feeling in the world. So what I would say was, and I get a lot of calls from a lot of people that want me to come with them on their boats and go fishing with them. And a lot of guys will go, well, what do you think the chances of catching a tuna are? And I'm like, well, is that all you want is a tuna? Then I'm probably not your guy, because you're not going to learn a lot going tuna fishing, and you own your own boat and you're hiring a guide. You're hiring myself or Chase or one of my other guys. You probably want to learn how to fish. So the first thing I'll tell you is, you want to go tuna, I'll take you tuna fishing. You're not going to learn it. You're going to catch more tuna you've ever caught in your life, but you're not going to learn anything because there's not a lot of skill involved in that. What I like doing is taking you to the island, Catalina or Clemente or Coronados or somewhere where it starts to get technical and you have to learn how to fly line the bait and learn how to read the conditions and learn all that stuff. And I think that is the missing thing here in Southern California, like we talked about a couple days ago. If you're not into fishing, then stop fishing. If you only like to catch tuna and the rest of the time you complain because you didn't catch a tuna, well, then you're probably not into it. So be quiet. Don't talk, because you're just ruining it for everyone else, because you're bringing all this negativity into the world. My good buddy Todd Manzer and I were having a conversation last week about this. He's just shocked at how many people call him up to charter the boardroom, and all they want to do is catch a giant tuna. And it just blows his mind and my mind. We live in Southern California, gang. We fished San Clemente Island every day back in the day for calico bass. Guys, I would run the boat, 44 people, open party every day full. The Fury would run with 50 people, open party every day full, to go to San Clemente Island to catch calico bass. Now, you don't even see calico bass in the fish count anymore. No one wants them. I don't know what happened. They're probably the best eating fish in the ocean for all of us. And Nobody wants to do it anymore, and everyone's missing out on all the cool things. Go to Catalina, spend the day over there. Go get something to eat. Go on the island, spend a couple hours on the island in between fishing, and then go catch some fish and catch some bass and catch some bonita, and maybe you'll get a yellowtail, and maybe you'll get a white sea bass. But man, just get the passion. And I know I've been beating this thing into the wall here for a minute, but it just blows my mind how many people, oh, I love to. No, you don't. You don't really love to fish if all you want to fish for is tuna. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm sorry. You know me. There's a reason why they don't let me go to Sacramento and talk, because I just tell the truth and I don't have a filter. Gang, you want to make sure that it is your passion. If it's not, then go golfing. But leave your negative comments anywhere but on the boards. Don't put them on BD. Don't put them on my website. Don't put them on Facebook. Don't put them on Insta. Don't put them on TikTok. Because if you don't like what you're catching, it's probably because you suck at fishing. And that's not my fault. I built you a website where you can get all the information so you never have to suck again. But I know there's a lot of people that love to suck. And listen, I'm going to give you one more tip before we leave. If anybody in your sphere of influence and your circle of friends is telling you that you should go out and figure this fishing thing out on your own, that's when you need to take a look at them and go, you're probably not my friend, because nobody figured this thing out on your own. Yeah, we did some tweaking as we got older and stuff, but we all learned from somebody. We all learn from somebody. And the internet fishermen on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook that want to tell you all the time to figure it out on your own, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. Go check out yoursaltwaterguide.com. Go check out my interview on Insights, or on my website. No, my YouTube channel, Your Saltwater Guide. Check out the interview. Leave a comment. Win a gift packet from me and Michael. Go to my website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. Leave a report on the Fish Reports line. I will be here for you Monday. Have a great weekend. Turn off the TV. They're all lying to you. I love you. Goodbye. What, honey? There you go.